Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. Remember to check the link in my bio in TikTok and Instagram. It's my flow page. Or if you're on Facebook, it's in the description. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description below. Sometimes I put in the comments on YouTube. My flow page is like a link tree. It has all my links in one spot. So there's proof that I won in court, in case you guys are doubting whether somebody can win without an attorney. I'm a warehouse worker who flunked out of college, got full custody of my daughter at age 7 months, destroyed a guardian ad litem. I just did a video on that on TikTok. They banned it. It's still on Instagram and YouTube. I've won in the Court of Appeals against an attorney with 50 years experience. He had about 40 years experience and 45 years experience. At two different times I took him to the Court of Appeals and embarrassed him. And then there's the link to my store, free resources and things like that. So you'd be an idiot not to look at my free stuff that's in my link in my bio. But I get people all the time, and there's one-touch contact information. I get people who DM me, or actually put in the comments, hey, I need a consult. Hey, I need help. I can't do this on my own. Can you give guidance? What the hell do you think I'm doing on here? That's like calling up a dentist and saying, hey, do you work on teeth? Well, I need some help. And then you don't call them. You put it in the Google Maps comments and give them where they put the ratings or Yelp or something. You go in there and you say, hey, I need some help. My tooth hurts really bad. I don't know if I can live with this pain. And you're just sitting there in the comments waiting for the dentist to go out of his way and hunt you down instead of just getting off your ass and looking for their phone number and calling it. You know, I get told by lawyers, I'm talking to a psychiatrist who really has her stuff together and talks about how the family court system is corrupt. They all say this is crazy, how entitled people talk. And how, in family court, I mean, a lot of people are in family court because they're dysfunctional. You screwed around with a few different women, had a few different babies' moms. Or you're so stupid and desperate and thirsty for love, and you don't got anything going on in your life, that you married any old thing with two legs. And now you got kids with a crazy person. And then you think you can just wish me into your life and have me come knocking at your door and here's some free answers for you. When I went through blood, sweat, and tears to get the information I got, I went through hell in my first custody battle. I was in court another year and a half on a relocation modification case, and I was in and out of court on different contempts, restraining orders, and all kinds of stuff. I went back to try and get college child support for my daughter, and they didn't order the mother, who makes 3 times as much as me and abandoned our daughter, to pay a dime. So I've still been discriminated against for 20 years. In fact, when I went to court, they would say what a monster I am and how abusive I am and how I'm going to be violent one day, even though I'd never been violent. And I'm raising my baby's mom's daughter, and she's accusing me of being violent and crazy. So I went through hell for 20 years. I saw some guy on I think it was YouTube. He said, well, you won in 7 months, try 5 years. Well, the guy probably didn't do stuff right, and I've done it 20 years. Every time you guys come up with an excuse why you want to be a pussy and a coward, it doesn't fly with me, because I had every single excuse you did. Go watch a David Goggins video. If you've never heard of David Goggins, go watch him. Type in the word David with Goggins, Goggins, on YouTube, and just watch 5 minutes of his, or do David Goggins inspirational, and it'll have quotes of him. That guy basically was a loser. He was slow. He had learning disabilities, flunking in school. He got the snot beat out of him by his stepdad. He was fat and out of shape and overweight. And now he's doing like multiple triathlons, a year and all kinds of crazy stuff. And one of his main mottos was, I had to examine myself and look at what I was doing with my life and why I was making excuses to not do stuff to make something of myself. And it turned out, I found out that I have the same problem that the average person has. And he said he had to analyze himself, psychoanalyze, and look internally and contemplate what he was doing and why he was doing it. And he came to this conclusion: I was just being a bitch. That's what most of you guys who aren't fighting for your kids are being. Now, some of you have uphill battles against corrupt courts. I was in court not too long ago, the chick I was trying to get a restraining order against, a renewal restraining order, after I had one for a year. And then this judge was talking crazy to me and revealing my personal address on the record, and I got a domestic violence protection order, so I'm a domestic violence victim. But because I'm a man, it's okay. So I reported to the Commission on Judicial Conduct. They said they found she did nothing wrong. Well, I'm going to be demanding $10 million from them, and I'm going to find everybody on the Commission on Judicial Conduct board, and I'm going to write them letters to their homes and sue each one of them in small claims court for $10,000. And then because also when I complained about my judge, they didn't do anything. See, this is the type of ballsy stuff that I do. I don't sit on my ass and punk out, and once I lose one hearing, I go curl up in a ball and hide under my shell like a turtle or a snail. I confront these people, and if just 1% of you guys did half the stuff that I do, we turn the system upside down. Now, going from being a bitch father or litigator and a coward in court, let's go to your attorney. Your attorney, I get this all the time. A guy hires an attorney, I want 50-50, I want custody. Well, that's a really hard uphill battle. You're likely not going to get that. It's going to be really, really tough. So let's just work our way up and be nice and just go for the easy every other weekend. Think about that for a second. Now to answer, to finish that point, think about what a plumber does, what somebody who climbs a telephone pole or climbs a windmill and goes and changes some electric wiring, or a bulb on a street light that's 300 feet in the air, or some crab fishermen, or police, or a security guard, or somebody, that TV show Mike Rowe, Dirty Jobs, all the dirty jobs that people do in America that make America move. Think about all the tough jobs, people who build our streets on a sunny day. It's 100 degrees out, and they're out there laying tar, and they're getting tar in their lungs and stuff, and they're making roads for us to drive on. Those jobs are hard. Those people are making $20 to $50 an hour. Your attorney is making $200 to $400 an hour. They're taking home, if they're working from home, they're taking home all of it, unless they got a legal assistant. How in the world can a pussy say, that's hard, I don't want to try? You see how stupid that is? They're making $400 an hour. If I made $400 an hour, I would work my ass off to do anything it takes to make that money. And these prissy, effeminate, delicate, limp-wristed, coward, sissy, entitled lawyers who grew up with a golden spoon in their mouth and lived the white picket fence American dream and had everything provided for and had breakfast in bed every Saturday for mommy, they don't want to lift a finger and fight for something that's just. If your attorney says, well, it's hard, I would say, what the hell are you doing being an attorney? Wasn't it hard going through law school? Isn't it every movie, every actual trial I've seen on TV, like the Rittenhouse trial, the O.J. Simpson trial, or whatever, the attorneys are working extremely hard. How come you don't have the balls to do something that's hard? So what if it's hard, you pussy? What the hell is wrong with you? This stuff is insane. And what's even more insane is you guys don't think of this to confront your attorney. You said that it's hard, and for $400 an hour, you don't want to attempt something that's hard? How many times did you try and get 50-50 for a dad and you failed, and now it's just too hard? Oh, I never tried. You pussy-ass bitch. You've never tried because you came out of law school and the law firm says, well, don't do this, don't do that, don't piss off the judge, don't do this, walk on eggshells, be a little pussy, be a delicate little feminine little limp-wristed coward, and then you'll win the judge over because it's a popularity contest. It's not a court of law where you have justice and the law you have to follow. Now, justice prevails sometimes, but usually only when somebody has balls. Michael Jackson's attorney said the only defense against tyranny in this country is defense attorneys. Because the court has, in criminal court, you have the cops who work for the government, the prosecutor, and the judge. They all work for the government. If your attorney says we can't do that because it's hard, ask the attorney, why'd you become a lawyer? Did you become a lawyer to stand up for justice and truth and the law? Read the freaking law and go do what's hard, bitch. I'm paying you $400 an hour. Pretty simple, huh?